Alright, you guys, this is Josh Jeffins again. I'm gonna do a deck profile on my friend's deck. It's a Jinzo deck that's pretty BA, so we'll go through a quick review over it. So, okay, let's start this. Let's see what we got. Believe it or not, it is a Jinzo token. And when I seen this at first, I was like, oh crap, look at that Jinzo token. That's actually pretty BA because you don't know too many people who make a Jinzo token. And it's shiny too, it's all hollow foily. And it's pretty cool because you can put out a token and be like, bam, Jinzo. So, yep, we got a Jinzo token. So that's pretty cool. So we start this off with 3 Jinzos. I personally like Jinzo. A, his effect, and he's got a pretty good attack, so you know, why not? You know, it's the lead deck, so we got 3 Jinzos up in here.
I'm working on get 666 of them. I already have 12.
Yeah, he's working on collecting Jinzos, so you know, everyone's got their passion. So next up, of course, for you to have Jinzo, you gotta have Jinzo Returner to follow. Got 3 of them. Love his effect. Throw him straight to the graveyard, dude. You get a Jinzo. Bam, just like that. But for his effect, as you guys know, Jinzo's got to be in the graveyard first, and he's got to go straight to the graveyard from the deck, or just sent to the graveyard in general. So you gotta have this guy definitely to follow it up. So next on our list we got here is 3 Armageddon Knights. I personally like Armageddon Knight's effect just because when you summon him, you can send 1 dark monster from your deck to the graveyard, and if you got a Jinzo in there, bam, throw Jinzo Returner to the graveyard, bam, you got a Jinzo for the turn. That's the only flaw with Jinzo Returner, his effect. It only allows you to have that Jinzo on the field for 1 turn, but it's definitely worth it. So have 3 of these guys, man, because you just summon 1, that's like an instant summon for your Jinzo if he's in the graveyard.
Then you can use Jinzo Lord, but I only have 1 because I don't like him that much, so I don't put him in here. It's not good enough.
Yep. And I personally haven't used Jinzo Lord myself, so I'm not too familiar with this effect. But next we got Chaos Sorcerer. We got 3 of him, because in this deck we do have a combination of light and dark, but there's more majority of dark in here. But, I mean, who doesn't love Chaos Sorcerer? You know, just use his effect, remove the card from play. Dude, simple as that. Of course you don't get the attack, but his effect's definitely worth it for this game, for sure. So, got 3 of them, because you never know when you can just summon 1 out, so why not have 3? Next we got in here, Dark Arm Dragon. Really powerful card, really good effect. The only thing is summoning it. Of course, you know, you gotta have exactly 3 dark monsters in your graveyard, so you got that. Just make sure, if you're trying to summon him, that you keep that cap. Otherwise, once it's broke, it's broke. You gotta, you know, use a pot of avarice or something to equal out the numbers, but good card, good effect. Definitely have 1 of these in this deck.
Besides, I can control the grave with this, so yeah.
Next, here's some of our light monsters. Cyber Dragons. We got 3 Cyber Dragons. You guys obviously know Cyber Dragon, if you control no monsters on your side of the field and there's some on your opponent's side of the field, bam, special summon. Why not, dude? It's first turn, they go first, they summon a monster, bam, you can just special summon this dude. So, and his light attribute, you can help with summoning your Chaos Sorcerer. It's 5 stars, so if this is a Synchro deck as well, which I'm not sure if it is or not, that's still in consideration, but probably not. Bam, you can use them in Synchro and Special Summon, so nice to have some Cyber Dragons. It's a good card to have in here. Got some Cyber Valley. At first, when I first saw this card, I didn't quite understand what it was for at first, but when you read his effects, they can come in real handy. I mean, look at it, you know, you can, you know, remove from play a card and 1 face-up monster on your field, and bam, look, you can draw a card, or you can just remove this card from play in general and stop the battle phase. Really good effect, even though he's got nothing for attack and defense, and it's 1 star. Really, he's just meant for his effect overall, or even though your Overload Fusion or something, because he is a machine type monster.
3 first edition Raikos. Now people finally realize how good this card is. I got a shit ton of them when they first existed, so now I'm rich.
Yep, as you heard, free first edition Raikos. And I love his effect because you flip him face down. Although you have to mill with him, it's still a good effect for face down. Light monster, he can help. You know, it's a weak light monster, so it helps contribute toward Chaos Sorcerer's price. And of course, you know him. Destroy 1 card on the field, mill 3 cards from the top of your deck. So nice, good, simple card to have, especially for Chaos Sorcerer. And it's a little nice trick you can throw at your opponent.
Plus, if they negate it, you don't have to mill 3. So
take note of that, people. So next we just got Plague Spreader. Oh, Plague Spreader has like the most multiple uses I've ever seen. And like Plague Spreader with Zombie, you know, he's a good tuner monster. His effect, you know, you could just return one card from your hand to the top of the deck to special summon this card from the graveyard. And then if you do, remove this card from play when it is removed from the field. But, you know, obviously you have many different ways of getting him back from removed from play. So, great tuner monster, great effect, really good. Just simple tuner monster to have, especially if you can do tuning.
To bring back Plague Spreader and Jinzo.
So DDR, different dimension reincarnation. So this is one of the main cards you want to use, especially for bringing back Jinzo, bringing back Plague Spreader Zombie. It's, you know, it's all right. I don't use this card much, but with this deck and his, you know, strategy in it, this definitely helps and works with it. Overload fusions. Of course, you got plenty of machine monsters in here, and you know you got your cyber dragons and such for your dragon type. So, overload fusion good for chimera attack overload. So just sometimes be careful, because if you know the opponent screws this whole plane over, dude, you're screwed. But good card to use in here because you can just sacrifice all the machines and get your chimera attack overload on the field. Allure of Darkness. Oh, this is a good card for, especially for this deck, because it's got a higher dark than light ratio. Because you just draw 2 cards and then remove from play 1 dark monster. Bam! You can like sack your Plague Spreader Zombie or something and just use a DDR to bring it back. But of course, it comes with the price of, you know, can't remove it from play, or you know, discard your hand, blah blah blah. But with this deck, you don't have to really worry about discarding your whole hand, because you know you'll be able to discard that 1 monster and remove it from play. Future Fusion. I know plenty of you guys use this card, but really good for just, you know, you want to get that fusion summon done and over with. Bam, Future Fusion. What more is there to explain? It's just for summoning that fusion monster within the turn. So
plus works with Jinzo OTK.
So, yep, we got Future Fusion. Shasham. Dark Eruption. So, yep, add one dark monster with 1500 or less attack from your graveyard to your hands. Good for getting back some of your monsters, like, you know, Jinzo Returner, and then obviously, you know, you got various other reasons for Dark Eruption. So, what exactly did you use Dark Eruption for in this deck?
Armageddon Knight or Jinzo Returner, or if in case I need to get Plague back if I don't have DDR. Those are 3 main uses, but I get to keep reusing stuff, and if I draw a lure and don't have a dark, then I can use that. That counts. So
there you go. Dark Eruption. It's a good card for this deck, especially with the strategy in it. Okay, we got 1 Charge of the Light Brigade.
It searches out my little doggy Raikou.
Plus, if you know you got some Jinzos in the deck, and then you have to mill, and you mill some Jinzo Returners, dude, bam, Jinzo.
And if I mill Jinzo and Jinzo Returner, which lately I've been doing, if you mill it at the same time, since they all hit the graveyard at the same time, I get to bring out Jinzo for free by using that. So it's not a minus at all with my deck. It's a plus every time.
And then, as you can tell, the card's shiny. Shiny, shiny, shiny.
It only comes shiny. Silver
Monster
letter,
Reborn.
Monster
We all know what Monster Reborn is for, dude. It's like one of the best stable cards you can ever have in your deck. It's like a freebie card, like I said earlier. Really good freebie card. Dark Hole, another card, just plain and simple. Either use it to screw over your opponent or use it to your advantage. You never know.
I do have hollow ones, but
Holographic.
I don't care. So,
Book of Moon. I know numerous people that love Book of Moon. It's a good effect. Got a good effect. You know, just target, you know, flip 1 monster face down defense position. Simple as that.
Besides all the bonuses of it, I use it so then I can actually save Jinzo so he doesn't die at the end of the turn. So
there you go. Book of Moon. Book of Moon.
Trunade, because I don't run traps, so if I want to bring Jinzo out and I know they have Solemns, whether it's warning or regular, then I can screw over their strategy.
Giant Trunade.
Going off with the Solemn negation, get rid of their Solemns with Mystical Space Typhoon.
I like Mystical Space Typhoon. It's a quick, easy, quick spell and just destroys their card, so You know, you never know when you'll get one of those face down on your opponent's side.
One of my favorite cards, Foolish Burial. So, reason why it's good is because I send shit to the graveyard. Body as a Shield. When this card first came out in 6 Samurai decks, I was the one who used it. Or at least as far as my knowledge. Because everyone started using it after me. Because I hated paying half my life when I only needed to pay 15 to protect my monsters. So that helped against Lightning Vortex back then. So I still use it to this day.
I don't know, guys might want to reconsider using Body as a Shield. Sounds like a good card.
1 Nobleman. I have 2 more in the sideboard, but I like using Nobleman because a lot of people set nowadays, especially if you're battling against a Jinzo deck and you only summon level 4 or lower, you're pretty much screwed. So you set it and I'll remove it. I would run Shield Crush, but this is better. So. Limiter Removal. It's a machine deck. Runs Jinzos and Cyber Dragons, so doubles everything for a turn. Good for my OTK strategy. And last card of the main deck, Pot of Avarice.
Ah, so there is one in here.
Yep. So Pot of Avarice is the shit. What deck doesn't have 5 monsters in it? And how often are they going to be there? So plus it helps me control the graveyard.
Alright, you guys, so that was a basic overview of Jinzo deck.
It's called Psycho Madness, is my name that I gave it.
Psycho Madness. Oh, it's Psycho Madness, alright, dude. This deck can kick some butt. I won't lie about that. And so, yeah, so this... You have synchros with this deck, right? Or is you plan on any using synchros for it at the moment?
Nah, I have a side deck and synchros. We could go to another video for that, though.
Alright, so... This is just Jeffins, and I was presenting a good deck up for my friends, my brother, so... Alright guys, peace out.